Welcome to Dicejunkies. I'm Zeno Damus. I'm here with
Q.
And
I'm a person. We'll get into that later.
Foreshadow. And we have Blood Axe in the chat room being our moderator. And all right, let's get started. If you were tuned in to the live show and caught some of the tidbits we were talking about before the show started, you would have heard Q start to bring up this. And that is Activision Blizzard sued by California over widespread sexism, sexual harassment. So yeah, like I know you were saying that one of your YouTubers you watched tends
James
to
Stephanie Sterling has long went after 3 companies for their misbehavior. EA for its business practices and gambling and preying on people that have gambling problems. Ubisoft and Blizzard for horrible misconduct. Ubisoft even more so, but still Blizzard also being one of the ones.
Doesn't Activision fall under
Activision?
EA?
Possibly, but I mean the main thing is
Blizzard falls under Activision.
Blizzard falls under Activision, but like they have long like tried to bring the public attention. I mean for years, man. I mean I'm talking about like 10 years. And that's why I said it's kind of good news because finally somebody's going in there and like taking some class action or whatever to these companies, to at least one of them. And it needs to happen because I hate to hear about people, man, having to work in those conditions. I've had a crap job. I had a condition where I was constantly stressed and depressed. I was being beaten down by my boss, browbeaten. My best friend here had to listen to it constantly. He would see me come over and I would just be like, oh God, I want to choke somebody. Like, you know, like just, and it's amazing how much stress. And what I went through is nothing compared to this. That's where I was going. I'm not saying it was anywhere on this level. I could only imagine what this kind of behavior is like to work under. I mean, you'd want to jump out a window. I even think there is an actual suicide involved in the cases that are being brought forward. So, no, it's good news that somebody's going at them. Now, of course, people are already joking how long before they move to Texas because their defense is like, California sucks. And like, that's weird. It was an interesting defense. California sucks, man. They attack their businesses. But for once, while I'm not a big fan of California's general politics. I think some of it's a little kind of out there. I will say that Blizzard Activision needs somebody to come at them because, man, people have been saying it's bad there for a while.
Yeah, this particular article from Polygon says that women of color were particularly vulnerable targets to Activision Blizzard's discriminatory practices.
I mean, that's interesting. The main thing is they don't need to just do that to anyone, though. You know, the thing is that
we did have former Blizzard head Mike Morhaime say, I am extremely sorry that I failed you. Apparently, he said that he should have done more to protect people of the toxicity and harassment in any form.
I mean,
across all levels of the company.
Doesn't really solve anything.
Yeah.
And I'm not one of those people that believes in giving nobody a second chance, but at the same time, I'm like, that doesn't, I mean, do something now, you know, okay, do something now. Like, I'd rather see this with a list of, like, here's what we're doing. Follow your apology up with, we're bringing guys in, we're getting rid of these folks, we're investigating, we're working with this external team that does not have a conflict of interest. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to follow it up with a process. You got to follow it up with a process.
Well, and this is also the former Blizzard head, so...
Yeah, so I mean,
the current Blizzard head.
But then he needs to work with the prosecution.
I'll be honest, I'm sort of agreeing with some of these people down here that they're talking about, where they're like, "Oh, that's just bullshit. There's no way he didn't know about it," and he's just sort of covering his ass now that he's not there anymore. Like I can't believe that was going on. If I was still there, I would do something. Man, I
Like I said, it's like that apology. And I hate to be that guy because, like I said, but no, in this particular case, this doesn't do anything. Now, go work with prosecution then. Like, you knew something. Go work with them. Like, go. Okay, guys, here's what's going on when I was there. Yeah. Instead, you just go, I failed you. Totally sorry about that. Bye. You know, like. So
I will say, when you say you wrote a letter, that doesn't necessarily mean he ever read it. CEOs are very well known to not read.
Hey, his secretary read it and threw it away.
Yeah, probably. But anyway, so I mean, it's sad that it's come to this. Like, we're seeing this with a lot of these larger gaming companies, though, that a lot of this stuff is coming out.
It's sad that it was happening.
Yeah, no,
not sad it's coming out.
Not that it's coming out, but the fact that it's been so bad that it's starting
and for so long. Right.
It's starting to actually cause, like, how much had to have gone on for companies to start basically crumbling because of the amount. Because you're seeing that with Ubisoft, you're seeing some of that with Blizzard.
It does shock me the amount of cases. It isn't like this happened. It's like for 9 years, 150 cases. You're just like, huh? It's like, yeah, they would crawl through our cubicles and feel us up while they were doing it. And you're just like, how the heck was that going on? Apparently, people really aren't willing. I mean, give me credit. Ask him. There's been times he talked me out of quitting a job because I went, I'm not going to stand for this. I'm willing to go find a new job. I'm not trying to attack anybody, but this is my witness. Remember those times you told me, dude, you can't do that. You got to keep your job. You got a kid. Because I was about to go in there and be like, this is
well, I've never told you not to leave the job. I've told you find another job first.
He always said, okay. He tried to, because like I really times was like, I'm supposed to go in there and tell them what I think. God knows, though, if anything like this happened, I would have had to. I'd be like, nah, we're not right now. I mean. And again, I'm sorry, that makes it sound like I'm attacking people. But, no, I'm not saying that's even a wise decision because I could have lost everything. If there's a risk, it's just amazing that not one person said, man, that seems kind of messed up. Or maybe they did, and these people have the money to cover it up. Maybe they literally
we've heard stories coming out of Blizzard for a while. We've heard stories coming out of Ubisoft for a while.
Yeah, that is true. But no one cared.
Well, there's also due process. There's also, I mean, there's a lot of things that have to go before you can, and I mean, we've defended people before because of the evidence not being there. And so I can't say, oh, well, shame on these people for not, but because I mean, I want to see evidence. I do want to see evidence, and I want due process to happen. But at this point, it's almost gotten to the point where it's almost undeniable because of the people that are saying things. It's not just
like, to me, even I believe
anymore.
It's like with Bill Cosby. I'm not gonna go into great detail. There's a point where before the evidence arrives, there's enough people that you go, we should at least go stop something and look into this. I'm still not saying you go, hey, there's a lot of people saying stuff because we defended people that a lot of stuff was said about them, but no evidence presented. But we did also say someone should go look into it. We said, hey, there's a lot of people saying this about blah, blah, blah. Someone definitely needs to stop and go investigate.
Like in this situation, it smells fishy. It
smells, it's time to go look.
It smells like this isn't.
Like, to me, it's time to go looking for the evidence after you get, like, triple-digit claims.
Yeah.
Like, it's definitely time to go look.
I think it was time before that, but...
I know, but sadly, it hasn't usually get to triple digits before it. I mean, to me, I think about 3 or 4 in a row is when you go, let's at least look into it. Now, you don't find anything, you go, all right.
I mean, personally, I'd like to see every claim get investigated. I know that's hard to do because of...
Well, the problem is I just had a conversation with you about lying and how I've been, like, the lies I've seen people tell just for the hell of it. And there are a lot of people that will lie out of spite.
Yeah.
But at the same time...
but if you investigate it, then that would come out.
True. You don't stop the whole works, but somebody needs to be looking into it.
Yeah.
But this is a case where, like, it was enough people. And worse, it got to the point that, like, people were, like losing their jobs. under discrimination, going into psychiatric help. When people are being harmed, I think it is time to put the brakes on and go, whoa, okay, we need to like literally stop right now and find out what's going on when it gets past that stage of people are being really harmed. And yeah, I said it. There is imaginary. Your feelings being hurt, no. I'm sorry. I'm not going to freak out because he said something to hurt my feelings. But like when people are, livelihoods are being affected, mental health, and again, not your, I got sad and I wrote a sad poem. I mean real, like people going through depression and anxiety, then it's time to do that because harm is being done. You know how I feel about people being harmed. I'm very against that. And this went past that stage. Like I had heard cases of a lot of people being really messed up from their experiences with not them in particular, but a lot of these companies, Ubisoft and others. Sorry, man, but I've heard horror stories about Ubisoft.
Oh, no.
Again, heard. No evidence.
Heard much more horror stories from Ubisoft.
Yeah, like just Blizzard. Amazing. But, you know, this is the best news we literally have is sadly us going, hey, look, they're finally looking into it.
Yeah.
And it goes downhill from here. Well, no, you know what? That's kind of good news about eBay. We got some good news coming down.
We've got a little bit. It's some iffy stuff.
It's still bad things are happening, but someone's finally doing something about it.
And it's a temporary stopgap at that.
We're on fire as a culture. Just on fire. We're literally on fire and we don't even know it. The back of our shirts are smoking.
We're just not doing well today. I'm sorry, guys.
And we mean the collective we. Just the whole everybody's doing terrible.
Yeah, not the royal we. All right.
I miss monarchies, man. I think they had a better control on society than we do now.
How about matriarchies? We'll talk about that in a bit.
Maybe you are, but I'm not. Oh, I hate the term POC. I hate it so much.
All right, so scalpers already offering the Steam Deck for $5,000 on eBay.
And they don't even have them.
Now
they're selling stuff that we don't even know if it's... Dude, it's Steam. We don't even know if they're going to finish this crap. We don't even know if it's coming out.
Pre-orders started, and these are confirmed pre-orders.
That don't mean you really don't think there's a chance that they won't go or cancel the pre-orders?
Well, no, I'm not saying that either. But I'm just saying what we're discussing are they're putting up. People who have pre-ordered it are putting up their confirmed pre-orders at skyrocket prices. Now, the median tends to be closer to $900, where $5,000 being the high mark.
Let's do a service announcement. People, do you know the gaming rig you can build for $5,000? Seriously, you can build yourself a full entertainment center with a... tell them what you can build with a $5,000 like unit. Oh my God! Like
right now, not jack shit because you can't find a video card.
Maybe that's why it's so high, just so people can get the video card out the damn Steam Deck. That's what it really is. You're paying that for the video card you can pull out because it's basically a computer. I wonder if you wait a minute, but isn't that the little handheld one?
Yeah.
Yeah, people, buy yourself a good phone and or a laptop.
Now. They did say, this is a $300 to $500 system. I think there's a couple of
handheld.
Yeah, there's a few different specs for it built. Now, Steam also did come out the other day and say that there is not a game they found that this could not play yet.
That is one of those famous sentences that they didn't say well.
Yeah,
I can pull an old rig out and play Skyrim. It's going to be a shit show, but I can do it.
I just saw that article. I had to throw that in there,
I mean, I can freaking make a trip to California on a tricycle. Doesn't mean it's a good damn way to travel.
Just this guy says, I've got oceanfront property in Arizona for sale. Yeah, I agree. That's pretty much how that is. But anyway... The scalpers have been putting up the Steam decks on eBay. Now, eBay did finally come along a few days later and took them all down using their policy that the product has to exist within 30 days. So
I like their idea of we're clamping down on this because you have to actually have a product.
Yeah. And being that the Steam Deck isn't even supposed to be, even the pre-orders, you're not supposed to get them until sometime in 2022. That bypasses.
Assuming it happens, I'm still holding down that this may not go through.
Yeah, Q2 of 2022. So we still got some time here for failure.
Because I don't think it's worth. I don't think it's worth $500. I'm sorry, man. That's a lot for a handheld PC that I could just go get a laptop, man, or something. I mean, I don't think. But what got me is that they think there's going to be enough demand that they need to scalp it. That's what got me. I'm like, you're thinking these are going to sell out?
Well,
really?
I'm figuring there's going to be a small supply. I don't expect Steam to be pushing these out in mass quantities anyway.
Yeah, but I think if the scalpers buy them all, they're just going to be sitting on them. People just be like, all right, I'll wait. Okay, who wants this that doesn't already have all the shit they need to game? Nobody's desperate. At least with the PS5, if you want to play Ratchet and Clank's new game, you need a PS5. There's nothing on Steam you can't play another way.
True.
Because think about it. If you want this, you already have Steam, which means you already have a way to play it. What? Don't you look at me like that. Don't act like I'm being crazy. I'm just
I get you,
like,
man.
you already have a way to play it, so you're not in a rush. You're not going, I can't play Skyrim until I get this console. You're sitting up there playing your games and going, oh, that might be interesting.
I'd like to be able to play my game while I'm taking a deuce.
Yeah, which, honestly, you can rig that up.
Yeah.
Shit, I could set up a monitor and a keyboard in my bathroom and wireless, I mean, and you know what? It might be under $500 to get that. Depending on how you
just sit your laptop in your lap and you get warm balls while you're at it. All right.
That is comfortable, yeah.
That was all right. So,
yeah, but at least you were trying to buy something of value with the oceanfront property. I just got to say that for that. It's like, no, man, like.
So, yeah, Steam Deck, eBay finally got off its ass and did something about scalpers.
They've done more than Steam has done about.
Yeah,
most
sadly, it's a stopgap and not an actual stop, because all it's going to do is. Well,
no, it protects people to make sure that the thing's at least going to come out. By the time they start scalping again, I don't think they'll cancel it in the last 30 days. But I'm not going to assume this is really going to happen until at least sometime next year that I still see them talking about it. I fully believe it's possible that this thing could get ditched if they go, this is not going to work. Because didn't they do that with something? Wasn't there something they were supposed to put out that ended up not happening? Like the Steam console got canceled real quick, didn't it? They were talking about it, and I think like it was out for a little while and it was gone. They basically said, well, screw that.
No, I mean, the Steam console, it stayed out there for a while.
It did?
Yeah.
Huh.
I mean, it didn't really make it that big.
Maybe the controller did? Something I know disappeared fast.
The controller's still around. The HR equipment is still around. Or not HR, I mean
VR.
VR equipment is still around.
Yeah, no. Steam's not the one with the accusations. That's Blizzard and Ubisoft and EA. At least not so far. No one said anything. Now, next one, hopefully Epic. I gotta believe there's bullcrap going on in Epic, man.
Oh.
They already have no standards.
Nothing's taken off. Just this guy says the controller didn't take off like they planned. I don't think any of their equipment is taken off.
That's why I think the scalpers are being very optimistic about this. They're like, this is going to be the new big thing.
The media and the reviewers have talked highly about it. Basically, they've been gambling that. Well, I mean, they're paid very well.
You just mentioned the media and the reviewers, the people you particularly tell me not to listen to and trust all the time.
I wasn't trusting them. I was saying that this is what may be giving them.
Okay, because he's the one that used to get on me. I'd be like, "Hey, look at this." He'd be like, "You're looking at no."
I mean, I just made a comment after that they were paid very well. So
they were.
Just like the Xbox Game Pass.
The Game Pass is an excellent way to spend your money. Well, I am technically paid by Xbox in that the value I get from Game Pass. I'm sorry. I've told you, I'm a fanboy of Game Pass. Last night, I got bored and said, I'm going to play Yakuza Kiwami. Because I can do that, because I got Game Pass. Wait a minute, what's companies going publicly traded?
Is Steam going publicly traded? I don't think Steam
I hope not. I don't really want that kind of influence.
Not Steam, but it's Valve.
God, if that happens, Tencent's going to buy stock in them. You can't do it because of Tencent. Anything that goes like freaking public traded, Tencent's going to stick 3 toes in automatically. Like that, honestly, I'm scared of companies I like going public because China's just decided they're gonna buy. Excuse me, I'm sorry, I meant Tencent. Tencent's just gonna buy all our gaming companies.
Yeah. Anyway, I haven't heard anything about Valve going public anytime soon.
Yeah, no more bad news, Justice Guy. Come on, man. I've already got this. We're going up on this whole thing that's happening. The next subject. Are we going straight in? Or
are we going to say?
Let's talk about Kevin Smith first.
Do we want to do a random encounter first?
Yeah, let's do that. Let me.
Before we jump in on the really dark side.
Yeah. That's the way they see it. Just
all right. Yeah, let's do a random encounter. Why don't you roll, man? You seem like you need a roll.
Need something, because these people, man, I used to like D&D. It's just ruining their things you love.
Oh.
Two.
All right.
Most iconic fighting game and your go-to character. Man, most iconic? Darn it. While I have we've stated what our favorite fighting games are. If we're gonna go iconic, there's three, which obviously, I'm just gonna say there's three that most people are gonna say. I'm gonna have to say that when it comes out, I'm always gonna put my hands on usually some Street Fighter. It is iconic. It is gonna always be an iconic fighting game. And as far as go-to characters, sometimes he's not available at the start, which is Akuma. So my go-to character usually ends up being, until Akuma's unlocked, is, as my friends know, the wrestler put those hands on you, Zangief. I like to grab Zangief. You want to know why? Because no matter how weird Street Fighter gets, I can perform a spinning pile driver in every Street Fighter game that's ever existed. I might not be able to do the combos, because, dude, when you think of like EX Alpha and some of the odder Street Fighter games, it was not easy to play. Like, some of them were very different. But Zangief can always spinning pile drive. You know it's there. It's going to work. I know how to do it. It's never failed me. The first time I played Street Fighter V was you were with me, I think, that when I played it at GameStop. And he tripped out because I picked up Street Fighter V and never played it. Grabbed Zangief, got a perfect on Ryu. Like, he just looked at me like, then you said you hadn't played this. And I go like, you don't have to know how to play it to play Z. Geef don't change. Geef is Geef. He might have some new stuff, but spinning, red cyclone, spinning power driver. So that. Other than that, I can perform the Raging Demon on any game. You see me do that too. We went to that con. Remember, an old boy had messed up, challenged my Akuma. Got his butt Raging Demon. I can play Akuma and Zangief on any Street Fighter game competently. You know, I'm always going to be able to hold my own. May not be the master, but you're going to know I was there. So Street Fighter, Zangief / Akuma. Normally it's Akuma, but he isn't always unlocked. My Street Fighter people know. Sometimes he's a unlocked DLC character.
I mean, and that is the thing. Like, iconic fighting games, yeah.
Like
your Street Fighter and your Mortal Kombat are obviously going to probably be the two most iconic. But at the same time, they're the least fun right now to me. Like, I've not really enjoyed the latest renditions of either one of those. Mortal Kombat a little bit more. They did all right with this last one, but it's still to me. But I mean, yeah, as far as growing up, I did play Street Fighter, and so I was very happy to see when they added Blanca back, and in E Honda and Blanca were definitely my two that I played back in the day.
Yeah, I was cocky when I took you up on the original Street Fighter. Cause like we were up here in the this cool pub. They had the original Street Fighter 2, and he's like, "Man, I'll play you." And I'm like, "You want to play me in Street Fighter?" And he picked Honda, and I was like, "I'm about to mess him up, dude." I had to fight for my life. I was over there sweating like, "Holy crap, this dude's trying to kick my head." Like, he had me pressured. He beat me a couple of times, man, and I was just like, I didn't think you really knew how to play Street Fighter like that. It was a good fight. Now, when he picked Blanca, he didn't know that I like to catch Blanca with that dragon punch. See, I learned that a long time ago. It does so much damage. I love the... I was waiting too.
He's the character I enjoyed the most.
Classic Blanca.
Yeah.
I just love it, though, because I stopped moving, and you should just do it, because I was like, why is Ryu just standing there looking at me? And I was like, do it. And he went, ha. But, yeah, man, your E Honda is like a pain in the ass. Like, I did not enjoy playing as E-Honda. It even went over to Tekken. You found a sumo Gan Ryu. And I was like, okay, so you just play sumos across video game series. If I couldn't say nothing because I grabbed King and he's like, you play wrestlers. I was like, all right. I grew up. Come on, y'all. Y'all know. I know he's racist now, but Hogan, man, was my boy. I'm kidding. They accuse him of it just because he said something. I'm like, look, man, I said worse things half the time. You catch somebody taping when they're private, they might say anything. I mean, there's a big difference to me to what people say just when they're not paying attention versus what they say to people and how they treat people. But I ain't going to get in on that. But let's just say Street Fighter. We both had to say Street Fighter. Let me tell you. But wait, since we're here, though, quick reason. Reason I didn't say Mortal Kombat is there's one reason I can't. The biggest flaw of Mortal Kombat that both of us notice is that you can't pick up a Mortal Kombat game and the characters play the same all the time. That does bug me. They even changed the command for the friggin' spear harpoon from Scorpion. I was like, you changed it from back, like, was it left punch or right punch? It's been a while. I'd know it if a controller was in my hand. When they changed that, I said, fuck you. I was done. I was like, all right, no. You don't change the classic move, man. So that inability to pick up any Mortal Kombat game and play the character I used to play is why I got to give Street Fighter this. Dragon Punch going to be Dragon Punch. Raging Demon, you know what I'm saying? Jab, jab, forward, weak kick, fierce punch, you know what I'm saying? Spin the stick and hit punch, you're going to do a Zangief. You know, Honda, hold back, rush, you know what I'm saying? The hands, they don't change. Mortal Kombat messes with that formula to where I picked up, like, that's one reason we're not enjoying the new one. We both picked up Mortal Kombat and found ourselves not playing our usual characters because they played too different.
We also went through all the fatalities, and let's be honest, that's the main thing that you play Mortal Kombat for. So once we went through all of them, we were sort of done with the game. All right.
But I mean, I hated that I couldn't pick up the characters I used to play. Like, Jax is the only one that I actually picked up, and he played enough like himself that I can immediately play him. But both, like, Sub-Zero to a little degree.
That and the new things they added to Jax actually worked really well.
Yeah. Get that hit. Bah! Get put you over that knee. But, I mean, but compared to that, we picked up Street Fighter. While we had trouble figuring out Street Fighter's combo system, you didn't have to. You could play Street Fighter 5 like Street Fighter 2 to a degree. It worked. We had good fights. Yeah. I mean, even our friend Mike picked up Kid and freaking gave me the fight of my life. Never played Street Fighter 5, picked up Kid, went Kid on my butt. Like, he was working it.
If we get over these in-game advertisements, I might even pick it up again. No, dumbass pieces of shit.
I don't know, man. They got Oro coming. I wouldn't mind playing Oro, man. I like them. Yeah. But Street Fighter is iconic. Every time a Street Fighter game comes out, we're at least going to look at it. Yeah. I don't go looking for every new Mortal Kombat. Like, I missed X until I found out it had Jason in it. Like, literally, I went Jason, Predator, but before that, I ignored it. I've looked at every Street Fighter. Like, every Street Fighter I've played. I've had my hands on every Street Fighter game. Like I said, I even played Street Fighter EX, EX Alpha, EX2, where you had tag. Did you know there was a Street Fighter game with tags? You guys should play as Ryu and Ken together. It was one of the 3D ones. I played all the Street Fighters except for the pocket ones because y'all know I hate mobile games. You may have played those. I'm very anti-mobile games. I don't play crap on my phone. But I played all the Street Fighters.
Mostly if I play mobile stuff, it's usually puzzle type stuff.
They had gyms. It was puzzle. That was a weird game. That Street Fighter Pocket Fighter is weird. It's funny, but it's weird. All right. Anyway, there you go. Iconic.